I'm a middle-aged Indigenous man that's been living on the streets for quite a few years now. Almost on a daily basis, they come past and with so-called council officers. Mostly they'll come along and just try to use intimidation tactics by calling my name in a child's way sort of thing and hoping for a response. Just about every action I've ever had with them's all been negative. Yeah, it sort of feels like, you know, they place themselves above the law. One time they came along, they told me that it's illegal to sit up against the wall, but you can move to the other side of the footpath, and it's all legal and that. So I do that. Next day the same officer comes down, tries to demand that I'll get up and go, otherwise they'll threaten me with police action. And then a street sweeper came along. The council worker stopped the street sweeper after it had passed, ordered him to turn around, come back and put his sprays on me and my girlfriend. They seem to chop and change the rules whenever they feel like it. Yeah, we got to cop it sweet because no one really cares about people like us. Well, it makes me pretty worthless, you know. We're supposed to be a country of equality, but being an Aboriginal person and homeless, I cop a lot more shit than the average Aussie does.
I'm a 43-year-old woman. Last year I lost my 13-year-old daughter at the start of the year, which caused me to slowly dwindle into have mental issues, obviously, with the loss of my third child, which led to me losing my job, which led to me unable to pay my rent, which obviously led to me being homeless and sleeping in cardboard boxes. I'm just a woman who's had a couple of bad bouts. I've had plenty of interactions with the security guards of Melbourne that walk around with the council. Only on Saturday just gone, they actually followed me most of the day. So anywhere that I stopped, they would tell me to move on. In the end, we don't know where we're allowed to exist. I can't sleep here, I can't sleep there. It makes me feel like I'm not allowed to exist. Like I'm just physically not allowed to be anywhere. That's where the aggression comes from the homeless people, because in the end we just feel inhuman and just not able to exist. Like physically we're just not allowed to be anywhere.
First and foremost, I'd like the council to know that there's more than just a couple of homeless people around the CBD that struggle from every day and every night being homeless, and it can be pretty scary at times as it is, you know. And the first couple of times I was actually, when the council members came up with the security guards to try and move me and a couple of my mates on, the way they went about it was very, very intimidating. And that's to say the least, you know. It was quite very scary, because they had guns on them too, for a start, and they don't need guns. We're homeless people. We're not out here to start trouble, you know. What was quite upsetting about the whole situation was the fact that 2 seconds after they asked us to move on, we turned around and we said to them, well, and they said to us, well, why don't you just, you know, piss off. Sorry to use the language, but they said, why don't you just piss off, go somewhere else? And when I said to them, well, where should we go? They said, they blatantly turned around, and this was one of the council members too, turned around and said, we don't give a flying F-U-C-K about where you go. It's not our problem. This isn't what we get paid for. We just get paid to move you guys on.
I don't know how to put it in words, but it felt like they had piled us up and gone, hey, these guys are no good, they're there all the time, let's break them up and get them out of the CBD so we can make our town look better. They went the wrong way about it, they were aggressive, not nice. They'd ask you to move on, standing over you, intimidating you, and the security guards, they make you feel really scared, they make you feel like you're doing something wrong. You do not feel human. The way that they single you out, and you know they're coming, they push past everybody. You start to panic. You start to feel uneasy. You start to look around, wondering who's judging you. It's just creating more feelings and more complications within being homeless. Try this. Go out on the streets, pretend to be homeless for a week. Then you might understand why we put our barriers up. We're not aggressive. We put our barriers up because you make us feel confused on what we should do. You're not there accommodating us, helping us, giving us information. You're just trying to get rid of us. That doesn't help the problem. It just makes it worse. I believe the people that are out here have tried their best and they're broken. They need help. We're just normal people that are down on our luck. Made one silly mistake or a bad choice and here we are. It's not like we're not trying.
I'm homeless. I've been homeless for 2 years. There is not enough done in Melbourne by the council for the homeless, or they have to remove us from the city. If they remove us from the city, where do we go? We become a burden for someone else. The council need to, rather than have security guards, spend the money helping people. They are getting rid of people that they shouldn't. People that are doing no harm, sitting there on streets, right, they're taking their gear. What do they do for sleeping with no gear? It's pathetic. They are spending money hiring people that could be spent otherwise. There was another guy that used to beg outside 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven were happy for him to be there. Whatever money he got, he would spend at 7-Eleven. Then they moved him on. They told him, get out of the city, see you later. For what? People were giving him money. He had a sign saying, help the homeless. How is that wrong? I've heard people have lost their belongings, they've left it behind, they've been taken, they've come back and there's nothing there for them. They've had no sleeping bags, nothing to sleep in. I don't know what happens to the gear. I've heard people say they've gone to council and they can't find it and there's nothing. A restless night, cold night, a wet night. It's just preposterous. They're heartless. They have no sympathy. They have no care. It makes me angry.
I've been sleeping rough a little over 2 years now. It's difficult. It's really difficult, especially with the security guards are making it the most difficult. All these security guards everywhere, even on public places, like they're not supposed to be on public places, open public places, asking me to leave or just coming too close, swearing at me and all sorts of bad behavior. They're not professional and they become aggressive. If you refuse, they even threaten you that they are going to take your stuff and throw it outside on the streets. They have done that multiple times to me. No sleeping, obviously, which violates our right, everyone's right, basically. We have the right to sleep, period. They're public places, they're supposed to be, there's just no reason to be excluding anyone. The word public means one of the most important, the number one thing is non-excludability. You cannot exclude any member of public. And what are you doing? What are the security guards doing in public places? Because that's one of their job, to exclude people, unwanted people or whatever. But you can't do that in public places. You're not supposed to be able to do that. I'd say just increasing the hours of the homeless centers, plus a full-on 24-hour shelter for us, where we can just go anytime. And that's one we need. It would make the streets safer as well. So it will be good for everyone.